Let's be honest, lever-action rifles are having a moment right now. You can't deny it. Maybe it's a pushback against the long-range precision craze, or maybe people are just remembering how practical and handy these old designs really are. Whatever the reason, lever guns are back, and manufacturers are scrambling to keep up. So here's a look at what's new and what's coming. We're going to break this down into a few categories, starting with the guns that keep that classic soul, but add a modern twist. The modern traditionalists. First up, let's look at the rifles that respect the classic formula but aren't afraid to update it.
Derya TM22 LA18. This first one is a neat little carbine from Turkey, the Derya TM22. Right away, it does something different for a .22 lever gun. Instead of a tube magazine, it feeds from a detachable box mag. Specifically, it uses the same polymer single-stack magazine as Derya's semi-auto TM22 rifle. You get two 10-rounders in the box, but you can also get 15 and 25-round mags. That's a lot more convenient for a long day of plinking.
The design has hints of the classic Winchester 1892. It's built on a lightweight aluminum alloy frame, and you have a choice. You can go with a classic Turkish walnut stock or a more modern black polymer one. The trigger is single action, and it has a half-cock safety on the hammer, plus a rebounding hammer safety. That second one is a nice touch. It stops the gun from firing if the lever isn't all the way closed. Every model comes with an 18-inch barrel that's already threaded. This makes it super easy to add a suppressor or whatever muzzle device you want. For all that, you're looking at a price of around $895. Smith & Wesson model 1854, Stealth Hunter. Now, everyone's getting in on the lever gun game, including Smith & Wesson. They're blending old and new with their model 1854 Stealth Hunter. You might think a lever gun has to be blued steel and walnut, and that's a great look. But when you're actually out hunting, modern materials often just make more sense. To that point, the Stealth Hunter has a black synthetic stock and an aluminum MLOK forend for accessories. The whole rifle is blacked out with an Armornite finish. No flash, all business. It has a nice flat-faced trigger and a large loop lever, which is great if you're wearing gloves. The magazine tube is also removable for easier unloading. The 16.3-inch barrel keeps it short and fast handling, perfect for thick brush or a tight hunting blind. The muzzle is threaded, so you're good to go for a suppressor. For optics, it has a long Picatinny rail on top. The sights are high-vis fiber optic up front and an adjustable ghost ring from XS sights in the back. The Stealth Hunter comes in 44 Magnum, 357 Magnum, and 45 long Colt, with an 8-round capacity. MSRP is $1,399. Henry Special Products Division Hush. If you're serious about hunting suppressed, Henry's Special Products Division has something for you. It's called the Hush, and it's built from the ground up to be the perfect suppressor host. It's based on their steel big boy frame, but they've done a lot to it. They've optimized the receiver to cut weight. The real magic, though, is the BSF carbon fiber barrel. It's a match-grade stainless steel barrel wrapped in tensioned carbon fiber. This keeps the rifle from getting crazy front-heavy when you hang a suppressor off the end. It completely preserves the gun's balance. The forend is a skeletonized aluminum job they made with Tapco. It's slim, light, and covered in MLOK slots for your bipod, sling, or whatever else. On top, there's a Picatinny rail made from forged carbon fiber to save even more weight. The stock is a dark gray laminate that's been hollowed out, again, to cut weight. The barrel is 16.5 inches long, and the muzzle is threaded 5/8 by 24. The whole package weighs between 6.4 and 7 pounds, depending on the caliber. It's available in 45 Colt, 357 Magnum, 44 Magnum, 30-30 Winchester, and 45-70 Government. The AR Hybrids, a new breed. Okay, so updating the classics is cool, but what happens when you throw tradition out the window? You get a whole new breed of lever guns that feed from AR magazines.
Henry Lever Action Supreme. People have been waiting on this one for a while.
The Henry Lever Action Supreme finally hit the market, and it's a big deal. The trick here is that it feeds from standard AR pattern magazines. Think about it. Most of us already have a pile of AR mags. The idea of a lever gun in 5.56 or 300 Blackout that uses those same cheap, reliable mags is pretty appealing. But it's more than just a mag-fed gimmick. This thing is built for accuracy. It has a free-floated barrel and a match-grade, user-adjustable trigger. Henry says it's a sub-MOA rifle, which is almost unheard of for a lever gun. It has a Picatinny rail for optics, a short-throw lever for quick cycling, and fully ambidextrous controls. Muzzles are threaded for suppressors, of course. It ships with a 10-round P mag that has a 5-round limiter for hunting regs. The MSRP is set at $1,300 for either 5.56 or 300 Blackout. Fight Light, Herring. Fight Light is known for some unusual designs, and their Herring advanced lever action fits right in. At first glance, it just looks like a sleek, modern rifle. But then you see the lever tucked under a pistol grip and the AR-15 magazine well. The lower receiver accepts standard 5.56 AR mags. And the cool part is that it uses off-the-shelf AR-15 bolts and barrel extensions. This means it's super adaptable. The action uses a rotating bolt, manually cycled by the lever. One big advantage over a tube-fed gun is that your center of gravity doesn't shift as you shoot. Plus, you can use Spitzer-style pointed bullets without any risk. It's launching in 5.56 and 300 Blackout, but they say future versions could be chambered in anything from 6mm A RC to 450 Bushmaster.
Bond Arms LVRB.
Bond Arms is famous for their handguns, so this new rifle was a real shock. The LVRB looks like someone perfectly blended an AR-15 with a cowboy gun. It's a tactical-style lever gun that mates a standard AR-15 upper with a unique lever-driven lower. It feeds from standard 30-round AR mags and has a surprisingly short and smooth action. Because it doesn't need a buffer tube, it's designed to take Magpul Remington 870 pattern furniture. This opens up a ton of options. Users will be able to customize the stocks, mags, lever, and probably even the chamberings down the road.
Fight Light Bandito Pistol.
Yes, this one is a pistol. It's made here in the U.S. and features a 7.25-inch threaded barrel made from 4150 steel with a nitrocarburized finish. The 6.5-inch MLOK handguard has a full-length rail that lines up with the flat-top upper. Most of the controls are standard AR-15 mil spec, except for the crossbolt safety and that big lever loop. The grip is a curved, checkered polymer piece shaped like a cut-down rifle stock, and it comes in black, FDE, or OD green. This version of the Bandito is listed at a pretty steep $1,900. The Niche Specialist. All right, we've seen modern classics and wild AR hybrids, but sometimes a lever gun is built for one very specific job. Henry Garden Gun, Smoothbore 22. Henry is bringing back a firearm that hasn't been in production for years, a smoothbore 22 lever action. They call it the Garden Gun. This gun is made to shoot 22 LR shot shells. People use these for pest control in tight spaces, like a barn or a chicken coop. They're quiet, they have almost no chance of a dangerous ricochet, and they won't punch holes in your roof. The 18.5-inch barrel on the Garden Gun has no rifling. This keeps the shot pattern much tighter than if you fired a shot shell from a standard rifled 22 barrel, giving you a little more effective range. It has a 15-round tube magazine and ashwood furniture with a black stain, just to set it apart from their other .22s. It's the perfect gun for pests. I'm thinking not only of the type that raids your vegetable garden, but also that more persistent and annoying variety. You know, the youngster who keeps begging for their first real gun. So there you have it. The lever action is clearly not just a historical relic. It's evolving in some really cool ways, from modern hunting tools to tactical rigs that would have been unimaginable just a few years ago. Now I want to hear from you. What do you think of this trend? Are you a wood and steel purist, Or are you ready for a magazine-fed lever gun? Drop a comment and let me know which of these you'd actually take to the range.